Salut! Today we're gonna see comparative. Comparative. So how to compare things. You compare two items. Yeah. I think it's not too hard, but you do have to understand that in fact when you are comparing things, you have two types of comparisons, and once again and again and again you need to know what you are translating, so what you want to say. So it's not a word by word job, it's a concept job. What are you doing when you are comparing things? And if you realize when you are comparing things, we either compare a quality, qualité, or a quantity, quantity. That's pretty much the only way to compare things. So I explain myself with these sentences here. Je suis moins grand que Martin. I am less tall than Martin. Okay, so je suis, I am, moins will be less, and you don't pronounce this S here. Unless you've got a vowel here and then you will link with a Z liaison, as you know it already. Moins grand que. So you see here, the pattern is moins que. So the que will be than. Martin. Grand here is an adjective. An adjective is a word that qualifies nouns. So if you think about red, tall, small, big, old, these are adjectives because they are qualifying nouns, which a noun is either an object or an abstract thing. The sun, a door, a guitar, a chair, a shirt, a body, whatever. And any words that qualifies these things are called adjectives. So here's an adjective, grand, tall. So, je suis moins grand que Martin, I'm less tall than Martin. I put an E here in brackets because if je is feminine, then it has to become grande. Okay, but in my case, because I'm a man, it's grand, and you don't pronounce the D here. Then we have je suis plus grand que Martin. I am more tall than Martin. So as you see in English, you would say taller for the small adjectives, and then you would say more plus the long adjectives such as more intelligent. So you got different ways in English, but we don't care about that in French. It's the same pattern. It's plus and then your adjective after. Plus grand, moins grand, less tall, plus grand, more tall. So more tall. That's fine for us. Plus grand. And you don't pronounce the S here. Plus grand. Que Martin. So we come back on this. Que, than, que Martin. Que Martin. Je suis plus grand que Martin. And the last one, je suis aussi grand que Martin. I am as tall as Martin. You see in English is as, as. In French is aussi, and we have que as before, yeah? So no problem here, with the que it's the same. Je suis aussi grand que Martin. It becomes aussi grande if this is a feminine subject. In my case, je, it's masculine, so it's grand. Je suis aussi grand que Martin. So we had moins, which is minus, so less, plus, which is plus, so more, and aussi, and that is equal, as, as, so the same thing, yeah? So je suis aussi grand que Martin. So these are for the quality. So grand, it's the quality. Yeah, so you were comparing quality. Moins grand, plus grand, aussi grand, que. And then the other object of comparison. That was the first object of comparison, that's the second one. Je compared to Martin. Then we have the quantité, the quantity. So when you want to compare quantity, it's slightly different. J'ai moins d'argent que Marc. I have less money than Marc. And as you can see here is moins, which we had here, moins, but we have de here. And in my case, because argent starts with a vowel, you remove it. You know this mechanic already. But de, moins de, plus a noun. Argent, it's a noun, it's a thing, yeah? So j'ai moins d'argent que Marc, it's the quantity. I've got less money than him. My quantity of money is less than his quantity of money. So this, we're talking about quantity of money here. I'm not talking about I'm richer. Rich is this one because rich is a quality. Here I'm talking about having less money. Money is a thing, I can count it. So therefore it's a quantity. J'ai moins d'argent que Marc. J'ai plus d'argent que Marc. I've got more money than Mark. More money. Don't forget the de here, same as here. Plus de, moins de. Here you do pronounce the S. We're saying plus grande, but here we're saying plus de. So moins, don't pronounce the S. Plus, we do pronounce the S. Plus d'argent que Marc. And then for the equal, so that was moins, plus, equal. J'ai autant d'argent que Marc. I've got as much money as Mark. And if we had another noun here that requires many in English, it's the same word in French, autant. So in other terms, is I have as much or as many, doesn't matter what follows, money than Mark. So in English you would say, I've got as much money as Mark. Autant, don't pronounce the T, autant d'argent. So we have moins de, plus de, autant de. For the quantity things. We have moins, plus, aussi, for the quality things. Okay? If you've got an adverb here, such as in English, slowly. Slowly is an adverb because it qualifies a verb. How do I eat? Slowly. I eat slowly. Slowly is an adverb. If you have an adverb, it respects the same mechanic because an adverb is to quality as well. When you're saying I eat slowly, you describe your quality of eating, if you know what I'm saying. So, je mange moins lentement que Martin. I eat less slowly than Martin. Same pattern. Je mange plus lentement que Martin. I eat more slowly than Martin. Je mange aussi lentement que Martin. I eat as slowly as Martin. Slowly describes the quality. You respect the pattern. Here, same thing. If you got here a quantity, if you want to say, for instance, I eat more, here you're talking about quantity. How much do you eat? Yeah? So it's a quantity here. And then you don't describe the way of eating, you describe how much you're eating. Then you would say, je mange moins que Marc. And that is removed because you don't need to say, I eat less food. You can just say, I eat less, right? So, je mange moins que Marc. Je mange plus que Marc. Et je mange autant que Marc. I eat as much as Marc. Okay? And we fall again on the same thing, which is a quantity. When you're saying I eat more, I eat less, or at least I eat as much as someone, in fact you are talking about the amount of quantity. Yeah? Quantity. Okay? When you're saying I eat slower, I eat more slowly, less slowly, or as slowly, in English slower, of course, then it's the quality. You fall on this pattern. Now we have something what we call the superlative. So a superlative, it's a weird name that actually describes something pretty easy. Out of a group, you choose the best, the top, the only one. Okay, so one, that's superlative. And we have je suis le plus, le moins grand de la famille. So je suis le plus grand, le moins grand de la famille. I am the more tall, literally. So the tallest in English, but in French is just the more tall of the family. Yeah. Je suis le moins grand de la famille. I am the less or least tall of the family. If je, it's feminine, then le becomes la. And if you got a plural subject here, it becomes les. And then you will have to agree that as well, yeah? Les. And then grand, obviously, would become grand with an S. So as you can see, you can say they are the tallest. Ils sont les plus grands. It's always de here in French. If you want to say from what group this is from. So I'm the tallest of what group? Of the group called my family. I'm the tallest in the world. In English it depends. I'm the tallest in the world. I'm the tallest of my family. I'm the tallest whatever. In French it's always de, regardless of your group after. It's always de. Okay? Then we have few exceptions, not a lot. The two you have an adjective which is bon. So an adjective is bon, which means good, and that through this pattern becomes meilleur. So bon becomes meilleur. So you can't say plus bon. You have to say meilleur. So meilleur, it's plus bon. Okay? Because it's an adjective, you do agree. So if you got feminine or plural things here, then meilleur will change. You will add an E and you will add an S if necessary. So meilleur, it's plus bon. Moins bon, so moins bon doesn't change. No problem with moins bon. Plus bon, we said, doesn't exist, so we would say meilleur. And aussi bon, no problem, that stays as it is. Okay, so it's basically just plus bon, that doesn't exist, and that becomes meilleur. In English, it's the same. You can't say more good, you have to say better. Okay, for if you have an adverb here, an adverb is bien, which means well. That becomes plus bien, doesn't exist, and that becomes mieux. So mieux, with an X at the end but you don't pronounce it, mieux means plus bien. Okay? So more well, literally. So I'm doing well, I'm doing more well. Okay? So when you're saying in English I'm doing well, it means I'm going well, yeah? So I'm okay. So je vais bien. I'm doing well. Je vais mieux. I'm doing more well. Okay? More well. So here, mieux. Mieux. Here the same. You can use these words here. Je suis le meilleur. I am the best. Le meilleur. So the more good, literally. So le meilleur. And je suis... yeah, je mange le mieux. I eat the best, for instance. Or I earn the best. Je gagne le mieux. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't change anyway. Then we have other words such as pire, which means the worst. But to be fair, you can say plus mauvais. Plus mauvais, that's fine as well. So there's no need to learn other thing if you can say something. So in this context, what I mean by that is like in French we can say pire, P-I-R-E, so pire, P-I-R-E, and that means the worst. So in other terms it means plus mauvais, yeah, so more, worse. But plus mauvais exists anyway, so there's no need to learn another word if this word already, if you, sign using the rules as they are, okay, no need to complicate things. So think about it, while you're comparing quality, this pattern, quantity, this pattern. If you want to extract one item from the group, then it's this pattern. Okay? Au revoir.